So I heard a really nice phrase the other day. Communities are the classroom of your industry. Now, me and Paul have been part of the same communities and really interested in developing them for some time.
Yeah.
They really are really valuable things to be part of, right?
Yeah, I think the simple truth is most business owners don't spend anywhere near enough time hanging out with other business owners, both in the same industry and abroad. I think we spend all our time, in our offices with our staff, and that's great. And there's nothing wrong, with that. It is useful in that kind of way. But actually, what's far more useful is to get out, go and learn from other people, go and see what they're. I mean, we spoke about this in a video early on, and we talked about kind of that the importance of learning from other people. But I think this sort of goes a step beyond that, and it is a community is possibly by definition, I don't know. A community is regular contact with a group of like-minded, the same people, and I think that is the key bit. It is getting together regularly with people and talking.
Chris Brogan does a famous quote that he says the difference between a community and audience is which way the chairs are facing. Like an audience, you're speaking, it's a one direction thing. A community is multi-directional, it's a two-way, it's focused on conversation, it's focused on relationship building, it's focused on knowledge sharing and peer-to-peer learning, all the stuff that all these successful business people, if you look at Tony Robbins, all the big ones, they want these sort of things. They want communities of people. They do real life events, they do mastermind sessions like me and Paul. They do something that builds community, because they know even if the people within that community aren't directly your customers, but you're all of a like mind, you're all there for a similar purpose to continually professional develop, or you all work on your own, right? And just to be part of a community of people in the similar space, it doesn't matter if you'd ever sell to them or not. They're not for referrals, they're not for networking, but you will build relationships and they will get to understand you and your business and your skill set, and referrals will naturally appeal, but nothing without the community first, really.
Yeah, I mean, I think it is. The simple truth is that most business owners don't talk about their business enough with other people. They don't have regular contact. They don't have a community of people they can pick up the phone and whinge to, shout to, ask questions of. What did you do about this? What about that? And I just think, having kind of been both sides of it, when I first started, I'd do it all myself. And it's not, well, perhaps I didn't think that. Perhaps I just didn't have the intelligence, whatever the right phrase is. I don't mean intelligence or smartness, but kind of that ability to look out. I didn't have that to go and think, well, what else am I doing here? And I think, genuinely, I would not run my business now without the community of guys and people that I can talk to and just have a cup of coffee with. And I get round mastermind tables myself and learn from other people, and I'm kind of a participant part as well as kind of running it part. But it's too hard without people to speak to. I think again two things happen. One, the stress is just massive, because you can't offload it. And again, even if you've got staff, and staff are brilliant, there are lots of things you can't do without staff, but it is different. They have different thoughts, different pressures, different kind of ways of looking at stuff. And actually, if those are your only people to talk to, that becomes harder, because you can't then vent about them or vent. You're not actually venting about them, but you need to release it. You need to get feedback. You need to have, and that's what we're so lucky. People like Ross and Amir and
Vicky and
Paul and loads and loads of good guys around us. And the ability just to kind of have that conversation is, yes, it is lucky, and but actually we've kind of sought these people out and kind of turned what could be chance meetings into relationships. And I think this is. Sorry, man.
I was just going to say that. There's probably people watching that are in that situation that are lonely, right? People have said that running a business, whether you employ them,
it is pretty isolating, isn't it? It is pretty isolating.
Especially if you're small or micro, right? The weight is on your shoulders, and there's probably some of you out there that are looking or have affinity with that space, right? So there's some real good places to start, right? Have a look for local mastermind groups, right? Like Paul runs one called the War Cabinet. We do one together. There's some really good ones about, but wherever you are, you'll be able to see it.
Can I just interject there? And by that, we're not meaning networking group. Nothing wrong with networking groups, but the purpose of these groups are very different. Networking is very much to sell to each other. Brilliant, very, very valuable. This is absolutely not that, and it's just worth saying, because people say, "Oh, well, I'm part of a networking group."
That's not.
Yeah, it's good, but it's not the same.
So exactly right. So it's a community is so different than that, and you can find them on like Meetup.com and Eventbrite.
Yeah.
Right? Meetup.com is slightly better than Eventbrite for community stuff because people gather and listen to talks. And have conversations about the same topic. There's a load of tech ones, there's a load of craft and creative ones and stuff like that. The guys who are standing the other side of this camera might run a thing called Powwow in Loughborough, which is a brilliant thing in the top room, in a lovely top room of a weird looking pub. But it's brilliant, right? It's such a good community, and 30 to 50 people go every time. Do you know what I mean? And it's that. Nobody cares what speakers are on particularly. The people will go anyway, and that's what the definition of a community. But if you haven't got one, why not create one?
Yeah, go and make one.
Ask people, again, put it up on Meetup, make a Facebook group, get people to join. You must know somebody else who would join the community, and then it will grow from there. It doesn't matter how small.
And it's important for sanity reasons. It's important for creativity reasons because you need those, people to kind of say, "Well, I did this. What about why don't you try that sort of stuff?" But it's massively important for accountability reasons. If I turn up to a mastermind group not having achieved what I need to do, I get shouted at, and they're like, "Well, come on, we've put all our effort into helping you, and you've done nothing with it. What the hell's that about?"
Not taking any action.
And I think that accountability part is a huge part of it, but it's also that classic outside pair of eyes. You guys will look at our business and think, well, why are you doing it that way? I was chatting to Amir, some Apricot video marketing, and he was kind of looking at some of the stats and this. He said, well, why are you doing that? And I think, oh yeah, and it's you'll look at our business and think, well, why are you doing that? And we'll look at other people's business, well, why are you doing that? And it's again, you get too close to it, and if you haven't got a group of people that around you that you trust and know and actively want to help you forward, you end up, I don't want to say stuck in a rut, that's far too dramatic, but you're missing stuff, and it's harder, and you know what, it's less fun if you're trying to do it on your own. It's less stressful, and I'm 100% happy to point out that it is less profitable, and I genuinely believe that.
I 100% believe that. Like the stuff I've learned from other people, even there's some kind of events and masterminds I go to. I'm a member of one of Paul's, and I pay him money to join his thing. Right? And he's such good, and there's probably 2 out of 3 times that I go and I don't say anything. I just sit there and I listen and I eat the free bacon, and that is amazing, right? And the listening part, the understanding people, the being able to feel safe enough to be in a room where you can just shut up if you want to. You don't have to contribute. It's a two-way street, and it's a long-term thing.
I think you need two things. I think that's what we're saying. You need time away from your business, but you need time away from your business with good people to help you move the business forward, to help listen, to help suggest, help cajole, help prod, help piss take, help nudge and kick and accountable and shout and swear. And it is just a lot harder without that community around you.
That's true.